Hello, Nanites and BroadcastSunny viewers. This is the second week of October and the second week of prep for NaNoWriMo. One of the biggest questions I get from my creative writing study group on Facebook, if you'd like to join, the link is in the description, and make sure you answer the second question, otherwise you're not getting it. The biggest question I usually get from new writers is that I got a story, but I don't know how to get started. I don't know how to organize or structure my story. We have a mentorship program in the group, and some of the writers that come to me that are new, this is a common question, and and I try to give them ideas of what they can do, and I can think of 3 structures that can get you started in giving you a good outline for your story and help you during NaNoWriMo. Today, I will go over the 3-act structure. So the 3-act structure, we start with Act 1. Surprise, guess what? There's 3 acts, but we start with Act 1, and it's in the beginning. You are doing setup, introduce the environment and your protagonist, and as the story goes along, you're going to have an inciting incident. This incident is what puts your hero or protagonist on the path of something that they want. The protagonist needs to want something. So it could be there's a guy if it's a romance, it's a guy. It could be somebody's ill and you have to get an herb on a faraway mountain that's rare, or the herb is rare, not the mountain. Or somebody is coming to destroy the town, and you need to either destroy them or protect them or whatever. So the protagonist makes this decision to do one of these things, it's an incident that is making them think, do I step up to the plate? And in this Act 1, usually they're having second thoughts. I don't know, is this something I want to do? In a romance, it may be, I have this business, I have too much to do, or too much work to do, I don't have time for love. Or in the case of the bad guys, I don't think I can do it, I'm not strong enough, things like that. It's supposed to add elements into the story so that the reader understands that this is not an easy decision to make. But by the end of Act 1, you hit kind of a decision that, okay, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to try to do. Whether it's going on a first date with the guy, or okay, I'm going to take that journey off to that mountain, or okay, we've got to set up defenses for the town to protect the town. The decision's made, okay, I'm going to do it. So then we come into Act 2, and Act 2 is the longest of the acts because the protagonist and the hero meet with obstacle against obstacle against obstacle, and you bombard them with conflict, basically, otherwise it's not a story, at why it's difficult to get what they want. If you went straight to what they got, then it wouldn't be much of a story. So they're working towards what they got, and they're getting frustrated, but then you hit a midpoint, and the midpoint of the book is basically something that refocuses the character. No, I really want to, reinforces that they really want to go for this. Whether it's a character dying, or perhaps they hear news that their loved one is going to is getting worse, that the illness is getting worse, or perhaps in a romance there's other people after him, and you see that and you realize, no, I really want him. I don't know, I don't write romance. Anyway, so there's a big twist that refocuses the character to, yes, this is what I want. And then things escalate even more. There's more obstacles. There's a big disaster perhaps, and you come to the climax. So the climax is the all is lost moment. I have come to the point where I recognize it in movies now, which has ruined movies, but then I have come to appreciate it because then I know, okay, here we go. It's about to all turn around. But anyway, it's the point at which that there appears to be no way, like the girl can't get the guy, or the guy can't get the girl, whatever. Or the town is being destroyed, all these people have died and the defenses are down, this is the end. Or they can't find the herb, it's the wrong season or something, they've looked all over the mountain, can't find it. And as the reader, they're like, oh, okay, they're screwed, this is it, there's no way they can get out of it. That is the end of Act 2. And then we go into Act 3 when our hero thinks, no, you know what? I am going for this. I am going to change this. I'm going to turn this around. And they do something to change it around. And if you're a good writer, you'll have the reader involved in the writing of this. And so Act 3 is a quick succession of solving the problem and getting to what they want. And then then you're going to wrap up with, the guy and girls together, they may get married or whatever, move in together. Or it may be he finds the herb suddenly, I'm going to look one last time, or maybe like I'm thinking Lord of the Rings when Gandalf comes at the very end, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about him, and saves the castle. That's the wrap up. You get what the character gets what they want, and then you come to the end and all is well in the world, and that's the end of the 3-act structure. Some comments about the 3-act structure I will say is, for newbies, I would highly suggest going along with one of the structures that are already in place as practice, and once you get going, if you wanted to move from that, you can, but it is a proven structure. It has been used over and over and over again. Like I said, check it out in the movies, you'll see it. But that's what a story is, the reluctant hero, and then obstacle after obstacle, and as viewers or readers, we want to see how do they handle those obstacles, because books are kind of about we want to know how we should behave by reading about others. And then the all is lost moment is really suspense and excitement. So, and then of course, as Americans, I've been told, we like to cheer. But I heard in Asia, in parts of Asia, they like to cry at the end. I don't like that. When I hear that the hero dies at the end, I always think, well, what's the purpose of me watching it? He failed! Or she failed! So anyway, so that's a 3-act structure. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe. And if you have any questions, put comments down below.